Good afternoon, my little pomfrets. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and there's a hint in that title. Um, this is Saturday's subscriber's choice, so you decide what I'm going to do my videos on a Saturday. And I asked for somebody to leave some comments with videos you'd like to see, and there's two good ones from last week. This one, which I'm going to do today, which is Ron Broders, and he has been a subscriber of mine for years. Sadly, he's one of the last that's not institutionalized. But Ron, you're a gentleman, always participates in the comments. And he wanted to know, did I have any of my San Remus left, which is a knife I started with in the early years of my channel because they were cheap, but they were really good. And I had numerous amounts of them. I've kept three of them. Ron is the answer. This is the three here, which was a large-ish knife, a medium size, and a small one. But San Remu were an amazing, still are, an amazing company. They've moved on now, and I think they're doing better ones, which is something I might get in the future. But I moved on as well. You move on to different sorts. There was another question from David Pape, and he wanted a video on every knife steel that I have and one knife of that steel laid out on the table. I have no idea how many that will be, but it will be done. You asked a question, I will do it. Not sure when. I'm just back up from the caravan. I haven't been well, but it will be done. The next thing I wanted to say, Jack Wolf Knives went on sale. This is still my carry today. Oh, can't get this out of my pocket. It is a super knife. All the carbon fibre ones have gone at Fraymar Knives. I'll put that down. There's, I think at the moment, I told you last night you have to go quick. At the moment, there's three green, what do you call that stuff? I've gone completely mad. Micarta. Oh gosh, I had to get that in my head. There's three green micarta and one black micarta. That is it. So if you haven't, or you're deciding, get over there now. This is Saturday afternoon now. Get over now before they close. Don't miss out, because there's every chance they will not be there tomorrow. But thank you to everybody who from this channel and Fraymar who bought knives. We appreciate your helping Ben out. And this fantastic knife is absolutely worth every penny, in my opinion. And it's only my opinion, but it is. Try finding a bad review on this knife. And you can't say that about many knives out there. This is super. Listen to that noise. Fantastic. So, gosh, I'm going to bang everything here. That's that. For my subscribers, I have another knife from this company. It's a box. I just got it today through customs. This is Knives of France, which is a company which is based in America. So for my American subs, this is a company that are just fantastic. They bring French knives to the States, and you're getting them at reasonable prices. And they have a huge variety. I have no idea what's in the box. He did tell me, but I've specifically not thought about it. It's been a while now, probably about 6 weeks since I spoke to him. I don't know what it is, so I'll do an unboxing of that probably tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to see what it is. The last time we had quite a basic knife. This time, due to the price, I think it's a wee bit more expensive. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So thank you to Knives of France for sending it all the way across the shuck. And they do deliver everywhere, but I don't know how feasible that'll be in the UK. But it gives you a look at some other knives that you can get in Europe, I'm sure. But for my American viewers, it's nice to give you something that you can go there and get in America. So that'll be tomorrow. Let's get on to San Remu. What are San Remu? San Remu are a company in China that makes knives for other companies around the world. Not just Chinese, but they're used in a whole lot. I mean, you can speculate on some of them that they do use, but I mean, Boker is used. They use them from their knives, some of their knives, but there's plenty of other companies out there that use San Remu. Back in the day when I first started, they were great. They were some of the best small knives made out there. They were stunning, great quality. I always said I would give them to my grandchildren, and that's how safe they are. Fantastic. So let's just start on what I've got left. Shall we go to Let's go to large and small just for the change. This one is a Land. This knife I put through the holy majiggers. This cut everything. It's got 12C27 on it. Takes a really wicked edge. It's quite a nice thin grind on it, sort of nearly a full hollow grind. But it's still wicked sharp for when I finished using it. Still kept the same click, which is brilliant. It's a liner lock. Look at that. I mean, this knife must be at least 5-year-old, at least. And it just perfect lockup. Absolutely perfect. Very, very comfortable hand. Something of the same shape of a Chris Reeves. And that's all you can say about it. It's something of the same shape. But it's not. At 12C27, you don't see in many Chris Reeves. But again, really comfortable in hand. That sort of very simple shape. You get your finger locked in here so you can poke without worrying about slipping up. G10, everything. It's stainless steel and 12C27. A super knife. And I used the life out of this. I really did. I loved this knife when it first came out. And I had about 3 or 4. I had an all steel one. And I know I have it somewhere, but I couldn't find it today there. But Land was San Remo. And I just loved this knife. The jimping on it was perfect. Really holds your finger, but it's on a ramp. It didn't need to be that strong, but it holds your finger completely. Super, super jimping. And the attention to detail on these wee knives from San Remo, which were, £20, sometimes less. I can't remember. Look at that. Still going 5 years. And this genuinely got beat to death. It really did get beat to death. So I'm really glad I kept that, and I'll not let go of that because it's sort of part of the channel. It's like having a few Ganzos. It's part of my history in the channel. This is the one that when it first came out, everybody was saying it was just a copy of a small Chris Reeves Sebenza. Never was. I mean, it just never was. It's all steel to start with. It has San Remo on it. It has 8CR. I think this was 8CR13, wasn't it? Let me just see if I can see. Yeah, I think it was. There's no markings there. I can't see it. But this was the 7010, and this one is the, let me see, 910 plus. So there we go. This is just a fantastic little knife. Again, this is one that I would give to my grandchildren. Give to anybody who's just starting knives. This is sturdy. It's really well made. It's not over heavy because it's a small knife. Good steel, sharpens easily, cuts really well. Nice pocket clip, although it is that tip down. Who cares? Doesn't really matter. And a stainless steel. And again, liner lock. Oh no, it's a frame lock. And look at the lockup. It's fully on now. But again, this is 5-6 year old. These are really old knives in my collection. But this one is perfect. You can flick it out with a lot of wrist. You can loosen the pins if you want. I don't. I'm never in a rush to open my knife that much. So a really, really lovely knife. Just stunning for a beginner if you want to give somebody that's just starting out completely. This is a great first knife for an adult or a child. And then the last but not least is this little tiny San Remo. And this has always been one of my... This is like a little scalpel. It's a back block. It is stunning. It's a 3-finger knife. Your fourth just sits at the back there. An absolute beauty. Super thin behind the edge. Super little point for getting scalps out or anything like that. But a lovely blade. And it is... What is this? The 40 or 458? 4058. 4058. And this one was definitely an 8CR13, I think. But again, just an absolutely super little scalpel. Brass and steel, stainless steel, with a wee boy dent on the back lock, which is just super. Very, very, and again, look at the fit and finish in the blade center in these wee blades. And like this would have been under a tenner probably when I first got it. That was under a tenner. I think it was about 7 or 8 quid. And these were about, I can't remember, low 10 something, low. But they were knives that just worked. And when I was just about, I didn't have a lot of money to well, it's not even that anymore. It's not that I didn't have a lot of money. I wouldn't have spent a lot of money because I was just getting into the knife game. You know, the thought of ever going over £100 in a knife was abhorrent. I just had no idea I would ever get this heavy into knives. None whatsoever. Because these worked. and I couldn't understand why I needed more. I still don't understand it, but I still buy them. And I do like to buy nice budget knives. But to me, and where I am at the minute, there's so many great budget knives now that Civivi are throwing out. All these companies are just knocking them out a couple a week. I just don't chase that anymore. If I want to use a budget knife that's going to maybe get damaged, these are the ones I'll go back to because they still work 5-6 years on from when I bought them. They're still perfectly good knives and they're just budget, but they're proper budget, if you know what I mean. Under £20 is proper budget. Can you get these? I have no idea. No idea. But they're ones to look out for, and each one of them is an absolute winner. You don't need any more in an average day than what you've got here. This is a wee secondary. These two could be a main. They're just perfect little knives. So yes, Ron, I do have them. I don't search for them anymore. I know they're doing bigger and better now, but that's not really my genre now. But these will always be kept because they're just beautiful knives. And I'm sure if I go around my house, I'll find ones in drawer that are just hard use knives or any use knives you'd find around. But these are the three that are in my collection drawers that I like to bring out occasionally. So, great question. I hope that satisfied you for an answer. And again, this will only work if you lot ask me questions. So down below, ask me questions. What would you like to see in my collection? What would you like me to talk about? I'll talk about anything. I'm an expert at nothing. I'll give you that for the start. And my dog is crying like a banshee out there because my wife's in the toilet and he hates being separated. He is just a nightmare. Listen to him. Okay. I don't know why I felt like telling you my wife was in the toilet, but there we go. It's a channel for everybody. Yes, please ask me questions of things you'd like to see in my collection, why there's things you don't see in my collection, or anything to do with knives whatsoever. And I will do at least one of them next Saturday. Take care. Thank you very much. Paddy's away. Yous are all amazing. Oh, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And even if you are a subscriber, check that YouTube hasn't taken you off, please. And give us a like before you leave. Take care now. Bye-bye.